You got rocked by Brandon Graham, who got whiffed.
How many interceptions did they have give him credit for on the night?
They gave him 3.
Okay, that's what he threw.
One I give him credit for.
No,
the other
he got
2,
all of them.
Yeah, the other one was a great play by Bradbury. The one bad one was the one to Slay. I will give you that. But in the big picture, it is shocking to me. Well, let me do one last play before this is the Eagles' night. I might have had one last glimmer of hope with 2:46 left. It's 3rd and 7 at the Dallas 36. And Jalen Hurts, who played a masterful football game, he did what he does. It's why I said the day he got drafted, I live in fear of him from here on, because he's going to haunt my Cowboys till death do I part. And yet, on 3rd and 7, the ball is snapped before he's ready for it, and it hits him in the elbow or somewhere, and it's loose. And if we can just fall on the football, because we got no takeaways. We haven't been a takeaway defense this year after leading it last year. The ball is loose, and they said that Jalen got back on it.
No, Kelsey got it.
But the play-by-play says that Jalen got it.
No, Kelsey got it.
Yeah.
See, Kelsey got it. See, he got it in his arm. He turns over on it.
Okay. Well,
he almost had it, but Kelsey immediately, once he's like, oh, I'd have messed this up. Okay. He goes back, he falls, Kelsey gets the ball.
So there would have been some good field. You'd had it out at their 45-ish yard line. Mm-hmm. So you would have had a chance to see if there's any Cooper Rush magic left. But the problem is you're down too much, because you're down 9 at that point. So miracle would have to happen. And yet in the larger picture of this game, my biggest problem with my football team going forward is not Dak over Cooper Rush. It's Mike McPenalty. That's who we are. We are Mike McPenalty. We are a Mike McCarthy, poorly coached football team that once again had 10 penalties for 72 yards. It's just too many, and they were such bad penalties. Your man, CeeDee Lamb, if I could just show you real quick, and then I'm going to hand it back to you, but it's 1st and 10 at the 35 in the first quarter, and it's still 0-0. And by the way, he hits Jake Ferguson, did Cooper Rush, for a 13-yard gain that's going to get it out to midfield. And all of a sudden, CeeDee Lamb, for reasons I don't know, he comes back and has an illegal, look at that, just a stupid push in the back. It's not necessary. Yeah. It was going nowhere. It's who he has been so far for my Dallas Cowboys.
Tony Pollard did the exact same thing on CeeDee's run. And they picked the flag up. He shoved him in the bag. And they talking about it wasn't a flag.
That was a flag. I agree. That was the only break we got all night. But that's a bad play, because it wipes out a momentum play where it's 0-0, and you're going to have the ball out about the 50-yard line, and here we go. Who knows? But come on. And then the Dante Fowler play is an absolute killer, because it's 4th and 4 Philadelphia at the Dallas 10-yard line as the clock is ticking down at the end of the first quarter. And they're obviously just trying to draw you off sides by running to the line of scrimmage, and he steps over the line. And again, they're going to have to kick the field goal. They're not going to go for that there. They're just going to let the clock run out at the end of the first quarter, and they're going to take the field goal. And instead of 3-0, it's 7-0. It's hard to overcome that in a game of this magnitude against a team this good and this hot. You're going to lose if you give them that. And then the last play I'm going to show you is the Mike McCarthy memorial play. CeeDee made one play all night. 9:51 left at the second quarter. It's 3rd and 9 at the Dallas 26. Cooper Rush hits him for what looked like was the first down. He leads out and extends the ball over the line. The TV guys all thought that it was good to go, that the ball was over the line before his elbow got down.
Right.
You at least have to challenge that. Just because it's a huge play in the game, and you're already down. At that point, you're down, 14-0? Yeah, it's 14-0. Well, you got to challenge, and he's a bump on the log. He's just sitting over there like an innocent bystander on the sideline. I don't even know if he's being able to comprehend what's going on in the game. So not only do they not do that, there's no challenge. Then they go for it on 4th down, and I don't know why they have Cooper Rush. He's rolling out all night. The guy who's got no mobility is mostly rolling out and making his best throws on the run. So they run some weird rollout play. It's a 1/4 of a yard. It's a 1/4. You don't think Ezekiel Elliott can at least get a 1/4 of a yard? So there we are.
Sometimes they get too cute for their own good.
Yeah, and don't get me started on Micah gets a taunting penalty. And Trevon Diggs gets a slamming helmet taken off his helmet in the end zone on the touchdown play that put them ahead.
But the Eagles did followed up with a done by going for 2 points on that situation.
Okay.
Analytics going to get somebody fired sooner or later.
Okay, but they got it was a 15-yard penalty that could have been taken on the kickoff. So they say, well, we can go half the distance to the goal line on the 2-point try.
Just kick the field.
Okay, well, you could have. I will buy that. But at least that was my only big stop of the defense all night long.
But the biggest reason the Cowboys lost was because Cooper Rush was awful. See, you keep talking about those 2 drives in which he was 8 or 10. What about the rest of the drives when he was 10 or 28? The man didn't throw for 200 yards again. So the last 2 games, he has more interceptions and fewer than 300 passing yards. But I don't want you now. Don't rush to get off the Cooper train. I want you to stay right where it is. You talk about that was a feeding frenzy. I don't believe the Buffalo Bills. Why does that matter what Buffalo could have done? You told me Cooper Rush. All you talked about for the last 4 weeks was that 90 passer rating and winning the game.
Yep.
And what did I tell you time and time again? If the defense cannot hold them below 20 points, he can't win. Make him play for the entirety of the game. Not just make him play for 2 drives and then get a throw here or there. Make him play for the entirety of the game.
He threw for 181 and Jalen Hurts threw for 155.
Hold on. No. Jalen Hurts didn't need to do anything. Jalen Hurts said, if I get to 24, the Cowboys can't beat me because the intern will go back to being what he was before he got this job. An intern. There's a reason why he's a 28-year-old backup quarterback. There's a reason why. You know what? Dak Prescott hand healed up overnight. If they had won this game, Dak Prescott was not starting against the Detroit Lions. At some point in time, you got to realize this whole notion about a quarterback controversy was absolutely ridiculous. It's because Jerry Jones thought he found him another Tony Romo, and he didn't. He did not. Skip. It came to an end, like I told you it would, in dramatic fashion. And I know you hate it because you really hate to be wrong, but you were absolutely wrong on this one. He's a guy. That's all he's ever been. That's all he's ever going to be. There's a reason why he's still a backup in Dallas, and nobody's ever made any overtures towards him. And guess what? He'll be a backup again in Dallas.
Nobody's made any overtures because he's not free.
He was Skip. He was a street free agent.
Well,
you can't get any more free than that.
He never played.
Okay. Hold on. Then he went to the Giants. He was a street free agent again. If somebody wanted him, they could have got him.
All I know is what Cooper Rush pulled off.
He didn't pull off
with
anything.
This poorly coached football team
Not poorly coached.
for 5 games was miraculous.
Hold on. So the previous 5 games, he overcame that coaching. Now he doesn't overcome it. Now, all of a sudden,
He came
really?
close.
No, he
Came
didn't come
close.
Skip, it wasn't close.
It was 20-17 with 14 minutes and 39 seconds left, and my defense could not stop.
So now all of a sudden
Jalen
it's the
Hurts.
defense's fault.
It was definitely the defense's fault.
Hold on.
I needed one stop from my defense, and Cooper Rush is going to win that football
What about
game.
those 2?
That's what I know.
What about those 2 turnovers in the
I
first
need
half? They gave
one-
up 10 points.
Okay.
What about those 2 turnovers?
He came back.
No.
He came back. He did. He always came
Why
back.
did he need to come back? If he doesn't turn the ball over, make them drive the field. Why you keep giving the Eagles, when you know it was a feeding frenzy, a short field? Why did you do that?
They have turned it over on everybody they have played.
That ain't got nothing to do with
And
Dallas.
Cooper Rush did not come completely unraveled.
He did,
He
actually.
settled back down, and he did what he's been doing for the 5 previous games. He got them. He made you look foolish because he got them back. You said, what if he gets down 14? He got down 20, and he brought him back to 20-17. And if you give him that pass at the end of the half, it's 20-7. Maybe he brings him back all the way to
You make it
21 to
seem,
20.
Skip, see, think about what you just said. If you give him that pass, you make it seem like the referees made a bad call.
No.
He was out of bounds.
No, I say, if
You
he
keep
pulled
telling
off
me,
the pass.
hold on. 18 of 38, is that good? Is 18 of 38, is that good? For less than 200 yards, is that good? 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, is that good?
It was way better than Dak Prescott was in the opening game this year. It was way better than Dak Prescott was against San Francisco in the playoff game that ended last year. Way better.
First of all, we're not talking about what happened last year. We're talking about the Eagles.
Yeah.
See, this is about what your guy that came unraveled, like the Jag that I said he was, the intern, which is a tenureship, is up, and back to the bench he goes. He's a guy, and I don't know why you don't want to admit that.
You know, if they throw the flag on Brandon Graham, we might be having a way different
Now you
conversation.
hoping. See, think about it. Now you hoping and praying for
He got
flags.
him right up under the chin.
He hit him in his chest.
right in the chin.
He
with
hit
the
him in the
crown of
chin.
his head, crown of helmet to chin. It's called roughing the passer.
Think about this.
Roughing the passer.
At no point in time have I ever seen somebody hope where the official, had they given that touchdown call, had the official given us that roughing the passer call, well, damn, hell, I can play quarterback if they're going to give me, if I throw the ball up in the stands, they give me a touchdown, or if anytime somebody hits me hard, it's a flag. Hell, anybody can play quarterback. He's a guy, and you don't want to admit it. The bubble burst. Back to Dak they go.
He's throwing to 2 rookie tight ends the whole night. They got the most targets.
He's been throwing to him all. Hold on. You never made an excuse of who he was throwing to prior to last night. Those are the same guys he's been throwing to.
If Micah and the Marauders make one stop early in the fourth quarter, I'm going to win that game.
How about Cooper?
We got him on the run. We let him off the hook.
How about this here? How about the Dallas Cowboys didn't play their best game and Cooper Rush bailed them out for once instead of they bailing his ass out? How about that? That's a novel idea. It's a team game.
The Hall of Famer told me there's no way he can bring them back from 14 down. They're 20-0, and all of a sudden they're right in the game, 20-17.
Hold on.
Stunning, miraculous.
What happened before? Every time they was down there 13-6 or they was 7-6, he gets those 2 drives. Now all of a sudden they're in the lead. This was the first time that he had 2 great drives that he wasn't in the league and then what happened?
My defense couldn't stop him.
Now your defense.
I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating. They couldn't stop him.
The defense
3 straight third downs.
The defense says, well, how about you not turn the ball over twice and give them 10 points? How about that? How about that?
We had him.
No, you didn't.
Let him off the hook.
Cooper Rush is a guy.
Okay, it's on you, Dak. You got to take it up a whole nother level. Here we go.
All Dak got to do is be Dak Prescott.
I've got a combination Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen coming back, and his name is Dak Prescott. He got way better in these 5 weeks.
Dak Prescott C-plus game is better than Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is a guy.
I got
Everybody
Dak.
knows it.
I got the best quarterback in pro football coming back.
Dak certainly added to the drama last night. He got out there and threw pregame and told reporters he felt great.
Of course.
We will see when the Cowboys come to Dallas this upcoming Sunday. Meanwhile, the Eagles have their bye. They are off this upcoming week.
Well deserved
Still to come
by
this
Eagles.
morning. How did Tom Brady lose, gentlemen, to the worst team in the AFC? This blew a lot of people's minds. Ruined my pool.